Alright, dude. I guess you could turn it on, right?
No, I'm gonna wait till we get closer to the other side.
Alright. Because you never know, there might be some shopping up here. And speaking of shopping, BB's gonna talk to you guys about shopping. She's gonna let you know, get into the shopping program. Sign up into that shopping program. That's where the money is at. And I don't want to, I don't want people to think like, oh, that's where $1,000, you know what I'm saying? But that's where you can make some good money, and we'll be talking about it on this ride. Welcome to Lakeland. Welcome to Lakeland. All is quiet, and right now, but that's okay. We did pause, and maybe we got penalized. But I know a lot of people see a lot of sirens, and they say 828 for 3.6 Jersey Mike's. Okay, a diamond.
Access 2, then make a U-turn.
And
make a U-turn, then continue straight onto
they
Mall
say they live in
Access
a bad city. Well, go live in New York City. You hear sirens 24 hours a day. That don't mean. It's just a busy city. Lakeland's growing.
Yeah, it is.
But
in a quarter mile, turn left onto Crevasse Street, Lakeland Park Center Drive.
it's like we did in the previous video. We said that BB signed up for shopping priority. What's the good thing about shopping?
Well, you're not sitting in the car. And it kind of speeds up the day a bit. I mean, as long as you don't mind shopping for others, and as long as there's plenty of alternatives.
Turn left onto Crevasse Street, Lakeland Park Center Drive.
Substitutions that they put down, otherwise it can get frustrating. And I will say one of the frustrating things is until you get to know the store, and this doesn't matter whether
feet,
this
use the middle lane to turn left onto US 98
is
North.
reference to pharmacies like Walgreens, CVS that you see us going to, Target, Winn-Dixie, Aldi's, all of that kind of stuff. Until you get familiarized with the stores, because don't just go by if it says pantry.
To turn left onto US 98 North.
Because like Aldi's doesn't have a pantry. So you got to kind of familiarize with yourself with the store. After that, once you start going there a couple of times and you get familiar with the store, it's so much easier, and you can just grab everything and go. And now they're making it also to where you got to scan the barcode on the product to make sure you've got the right one, which also makes it, at first it was a little frustrating, but now that I've gotten used to it, it's getting better. And this way, you know that you've got the right product. You don't have to worry about the customer texting you, well, this wasn't this, or no, it is exactly what they wanted. Same with the substitute. You still have to scan the substitute. Now, some of your fresh fruits and vegetables, you have to weigh those. And you put the weight in the app. And you don't have to be exactly precise, because once it gets rung up, that's going to be the precise. But DoorDash is wanting a rough estimate of how much it weighs. A lot of people too that I've noticed with the shopping is you're not having to scan the receipt because they've already got a somehow they're linked to the store, so it comes directly out of their checking account or credit card, whatever. So you're not having to scan it for DoorDash, which again makes that a lot easier.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Sharon Drive.
But it can be frustrating. But if you're a person that does not like shopping, then
turn right onto Sharon Drive.
Don't sign up for priority. You do have a choice. You can go on the website, which they sent me a link to do the course. And I have noticed since I have not done the alcohol course, I haven't been sent any of those. So again, you know, if you don't mind it, and for me, it makes the day go by faster. I feel my day goes by faster.
And the pay is pretty good.
And the pay is pretty dang good. I will give it that.
All right, gonna go get this.
And a lot of it is not just for. A lot of it is delivery. So you may not even be getting a tip on it. But if you're going in and you're shopping for 10 items and they're going to pay you $15.
And that's being in the top dasher mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I haven't seen them that high when we weren't top dasher.
All right, baby. Run, baby, run! And away we go. Another thing, when we do dashing, we see how many deliveries we do in 1 hour. And that's how we determine what we made in that 1 hour. And then from there, at the end of the day, of course, then we determine the total cost. Like right now, it's $11.25. We started late personally.
Use the left two lanes to turn left onto US 98
I think like 15 minutes, 13 minutes late.
North.
But still, that's how we do it. You know, like right now we're at $8, even though it's $11.25. And then whatever comes in, that's what we made that past hour. Now, we did notice, of course, being a top dasher, in the 96 percentile acceptance rating, 100% deliveries, that in the dead zone, that one day, we had a $15 shopping at Winn-Dixie. It took us all a bit of that 1 hour. From shopping to dropping it off with maybe 10 minutes to spare, and nothing came in at that time. But being in the dead zone to make $15 for that 1 hour, that was pretty good. Because in the next hour, when we had the shopping and then we had another delivery, we made $20 or over 20 in that next hour. And so that's how we determine our hours and what we make within that hour. So every hour is not going to be the same amount until we do the final count in the end. But that shopping, that $15 shopping helped out, because there could have been nothing in that 1 hour. And if we weren't top dashers, there would have definitely been nothing. So we could have been out here for 1 hour of nothing instead of $15. Again, in the second part of the dead zone, we made over $20 in that hour. Total day for 8 hours, we made $147. Average we usually make is $120. This is only one dashing app, not two dashing app. Two dashing app, we make $160 with Uber and DoorDash. But we're just going off of dashing, just DoorDash. We would just make $120 all the time or less. Now we're at the $140 something in an 8 hour day. So there is a big difference in money wise. Another thing we've noticed,
continue on US 98 South for 2 miles.
That when we have two dashes in one at one time.
It's going to the hospital.
Okay. It goes to one customer. So that's another good thing, where prior to when we used to double dash, we used to have to go to 2 separate houses and 2 separate places. So that's another thing that has changed, and I'll take it, because even though they're not diamonds, they still pay good. But we're going to one house. So instead of 4 stops, you're getting 3 stops. So again, that helps out as well in there, because there was one where we did a little bit of shopping and then we had to pick up something from a fast food, and again, it paid good because they were both stacked together and it went to one house. So the better that you'll get at shopping, the faster you get at shopping, like BB says, the more that you know, or you know the store, that, you know, starts getting better and better. Takes time. It's not going to happen overnight.
I did 4 shoppings Friday. So.
And they do when they.
Another thing with the shopping, if you see a timer, man, don't stress that timer. That's in their head how long it should take
in a quarter mile, traffic light, camera ahead,
to pick up all these items. I don't even look at that timer. I get done when I get done.
Right, because they're not going to penalize you if there's long lines. Because another thing, DoorDash does not want you to go to self-checkouts.
Nope.
You have to go on a line. So it doesn't matter if the self-checkout is clear and open. You know, you have to go on the line and check out, because you can get deactivated if you don't. And it'll tell you too on there.
It tells you not to go through the
not to go through the self-checkout and stuff. Now, if you go to a place like Aldi's, like that one day, you know, only thing open was a self-checkout, then of course you just got to go to the self-checkout. What else? But, you know, shopping is where your big dollars are at. And like BB said, yes, it's time consuming, but it's where the big dollars are going to be.
And I mean, at first it is time consuming because you don't know where everything's at. Let's face it. You're not going to go into your regular grocery store the majority of the time. You're going to go to somewhere that you don't shop, and you gotta find all these items. Like I said, with Aldi's, it'll say pantry. Well, Aldi's doesn't have, or the bakery. Aldi's doesn't have a bakery.
And another thing, they give you scores on all your items that you accept. Like, in other words, every item that you find, you get a good score.
Right.
For every shopping. Every item that you can find a substitute, you get a score.
Yeah.
Now, every item that you can't find, or you say it's not there because you just don't want to look for it, or you just, like, you know, you get frustrated, that all falls into a score of shopping.
Yeah. As
well. So,
because DoorDash is going to want their best and top shoppers out there shopping. Right. And I get it, because these people are paying per item. It's not just the delivery fee. It's
in a quarter mile, turn left.
That's why it'll tell you 31 items, 20 items, 3 items. They're getting paid. DoorDash is charging them a delivery fee and per item if they're not tipping. So, with that in mind, you want to do the best job that you can do. And I always try to find what they want.
Turn left onto Parkview Place, then turn right onto Buena Vista Street.
And sometimes if they're out of it, you know,
you can't do nothing about it.
Like, I went one time, a lady wanted a certain type of pork chops, and because they were on sale, and Winn-Dixie had sold out of them. I mean,
But the
So,
higher percentage that you
it'll
can
tell
pick,
you unavailable. It'll give you choice that you found the item or it's unavailable. If it's unavailable, they may have an alternative. If there's no alternative, then it's just unavailable. And the one time with that one, it was asked why it was unavailable, and I put sold out.
yeah.
I mean, they had no more. I went to the
Turn right onto Buena Vista Street.
I went to the meat department and they were like, well, if there's no more in there, that's all we have. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, you can't pull items out of thin air.
But like I said, you know, that does add up in getting a lot of good shopping orders.
Yeah.
Is your pick rating.
So yeah, if your pick rating is good,
you'll get the
and
good.
then you're gonna start getting the better orders, and then the better orders.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind shopping, but what's frustrating to me is when they don't put a substitute, or they decide, okay, well, the flyer come in and Winn-Dixie or Publix is having, and they're not used to the brands in the store, you know, what they have and what they don't have. And that makes it frustrating. Luckily, anytime I've gone to Aldi's, people that usually pick Aldi's is because they already shop there. So they already know that if, you know, I can't find the strawberry banana yogurt
left to stay on Buena Vista Street, then your destination will be on the left.
going to the children's emergency.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you did have a good experience where someone had, like, they knew that store.
Yes.
And that's what you want, a customer that knows her store.
You know, she had, okay, well, if they're out of this, because they know they only get so many items of this particular thing that may come in.
Your destination.
Okay. All right, let's go and drop this one.
Right, hold on, I gotta.
You do what you gotta do. There you go, a Dollar General. Now we just gotta find out which one it is.
Head east on Buena Vista Street.
But
these are the ones that will sometimes frustrate me, because not every Dollar General is laid out the same, nor do they carry the same products.
Turn right onto Parkview Place. Take the next right onto North Florida Avenue.
And 9 times out of 10, they don't give you a substitution.
and if you're not in the top dasher, they're not going to ask you if you want shopping.
No.
1,000
Priority.
feet, turn right
So-
onto Parkview Place.
But I had to do the food carrying, you know, like keeping the cold food cold, hot food hot. You had to do
Take the
that.
next right onto Parkview Place.
So I did that. It's a test. You have to score at least a 90%, which I scored 100, because really it should be a no-brainer to anybody. Then they had the one for the alcohol. I'm not going to do that because I really don't want to be bothered with alcohol. And then they had the shopping. And when you do the shopping one, again, it should be common sense, but people get in a hurry and they just, like, they ask you questions about fresh fruit. Well, do you just grab it, or are you looking? Should you be looking at the product?
Turn right onto Florida 33
You know,
South,
your fruits or
Lakeland Hills
vegetables. Well,
Boulevard.
yeah, you don't want to grab a bag of grapes and, you know, they're all covered in gnats, or, you know, some of them look like they've been stuck out in the sun half the day. No, nobody wants to pay for that, especially at $2.29 a pound.
Turn
you know,
right onto
or
Florida 33 South,
or
Lakeland Hills Boulevard.
$5.49. So I mean, it's just common sense stuff. Just like if you were out grocery shopping for yourselves, took the test, then they asked me if I wanted priority shopping or no. So you have a choice. And I say, if you're one of those people that just don't like shopping, go on there, take the test, and then click no. Then they're not going to be bothered with sending you.
Well, it doesn't mean that they're not going to send you non-alcohol. I mean, they're not going to send you alcohol, or they're not going to send you shopping. But
well,
if there's...
according to DoorDash, you can't do the alcohol until you take and do that course.
Okay, but I'm saying like shopping goes. Just because you don't do that test or whatever,
oh, they'll still send
send you shopping.
Yeah.
And that'll kill your rating if you say no because you don't like to shop. But you ain't gonna get the good shopping orders. You're gonna get the, you know, $7 for 10-mile shopping orders. You're not gonna get, like I said, other than we did that 1 mile for $7, was it? That day? Yeah. It was the last delivery, and we were like, screw it, we'll just take it because it was heading towards the house anyway. We've not had
in a quarter mile, turn
many
left onto East
big
Memorial
miles
Boulevard.
like we used to. When we were trying to get last month up there, it was like 10 miles, 15 miles, 10. You know, and it's way big difference when you're up here. And then with the shopping, there's times where we were like, man, it's slow today. We didn't make nothing. And next thing you know, we made $145 in 8 hours. And we were like, what the heck? And it was the shopping. The shopping came in what makes you think is a slow day. And at the end of the day, and that's where you got to think in your mind, don't get frustrated and be like, oh my gosh, it's slow, I'm not making no money, because we've done that plenty of times. And at the end of the day, it's like, wow, we made $95 when we were only here for a couple of hours, and
that's like too,
it didn't feel like it.
I've noticed that with the shopping, it seems like you may feel like you're spending a lot of time in the store,
right?
But in all reality, I will get it out, guys. In all reality, you're really not. And before you know it, and I think it was Friday, I seemed like I had all the shopping start coming back to back to back. I'll tell you what, I went home that day and I actually started to have cramps in my legs. I was like, man, the day went by so fast. And then, you know, because I'm thinking I'm taking a long time to do the shopping, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be in here forever. And before I know it, I'm in and out. I mean, unless they ask for something ridiculous and I have to actually go find someone to say, hey, have you heard of this?
Because another thing we've noticed is that DoorDash will give us either $14 within that 1 hour of deliveries or more. It's never less than $14, even if it's not diamonds, but it's still good orders with low miles. But we've noticed within our hour, it's always 14. It always comes up to 14 or more. Yeah. And like I said, so that's the good thing about Top Dashing, because DoorDash knows they're only going to give you only up to 14 an hour, if not, or more deliveries. But the point is we know our average low within that 1 hour of non-dashing and dashing, we're going to get $14 in that 1 hour. And right now we're at 8, plus how much was this one here? Or we didn't say. Might have been 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So right now we're at 14, even though we started late at 11:43. Run, baby, run! Sun shower. What Florida is famous for. Son of a gun. It's sunny as all heck. And that's gonna make a hot, horrible day. I'm telling you. Ooh, it's getting windy and fierce. So this is it's a quick one, but still. It just stinks when the sun is out and just rain is passing through. No clouds, just rain. that sign. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is literally. Not good. Hopefully it passes through quick. But that sideways rain. And it looks like it's coming from the west. And that's how Florida can change from sunny to rainy to back to sun again. Good thing about her car is that it has a Doppler. But you can't see us right there. We're up there. Look at all that coming across. Alright, BB Chick-fil-A. Run, baby, run! Alright, 14:50 in that first hour. We are 28 minutes behind. This is a $5 or $4.50 one that we're taking here. But that is our fault that we are falling behind on our deliveries per hour. We just have to try to make it up. As the day goes on, and hopefully that dead spot will get some good ones there. But for that first hour, we made $14.50. That was a shopping and a Jersey Mike's. This one's just a regular $4.50 for 5 miles. The I-4 corridor. Some traffic today. That's okay. They got the cops out doing that speed traps. They announced it on the news. I think from now till September, you're gonna be catching a lot of speeders. Alrighty, BB. Run, baby, run! This is 2 miles for like $2.50, I think it was, or $3.50 for 2.1 miles. Gotta do what you gotta do to keep it above 95%. We're not looking below no more. Here she comes, Miss Doordasher 2023, the toppest dasher you'll ever see.
Head west toward Fernery Road.
GPS signal lost.
GPS signal's always lost when it comes to DoorDash.
You got it.
There we go.
So anyway, guys, let us know if you guys like shopping or don't like it, which do's and don'ts, but shopping will help you.
In 400 feet, turn left onto Lakeland Park Boulevard.
As long as you're a top dasher. But
And it could also help you get into that top dasher mode. Who knows?
Take the next left onto Lakeland Park Boulevard, then turn right onto North Socrum Loop Road.
And I meant to mention to say too, is that you get so many
If you get 14 shopping pays a week, you get to do the Dash Now.
Turn right onto
That's
North
an
Socrum
incentive
Loop
to
Road.
where you can, and early scheduling. So.
let me tell you something, that early scheduling comes in handy. It does. Where you can
In
schedule a
1,000
week
feet,
out.
Turn right onto Lakeland Hills Boulevard.
any hours that you want. So, anything else you'd like to drop, BB?
No, that is
Turn right
it.
onto Lakeland Hills
Everybody
Boulevard.
take care of one another. Take care of yourselves. And when you're out there dashing, be careful. See y'all.
Continue on Lakeland Hills Boulevard for half a mile.